All right, you guys ready? So,
Right.
first on our science list is materials made from carbon nanotubes that is able to get these electrons from liquid. So they get carbon nanotubes, and we know that carbon is a um, pentagonal shape. And when a liquid flows through them,
We all know that,
that
yes.
of course, everyone took chemistry here. When a liquid flows through these carbon nanotubes, they're able to get the electrons from these solvents and get that to attract to the carbon, and the carbon's able to conduct a current. Now,
Okay.
that is super cool, by the way, because that's just a solvent. When they get to the point where they're able to just put it in the air, I'm talking about like um, Tesla, not Elon Musk Tesla, the other Tesla, where he wanted to make free
Nikolai.
energy.
Nicola.
Nikola Tesla. He was able to make free energy, but guess what? He got detoured because greed, right? Now we're in this new era in which
Edison tricked him. He was
it's
like, "Yo, I'll give you like a couple grand."
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Edison's dead, and we could all move on.
We can move on.
Yeah, yeah, but not the Con Edison, baby. Utility, those companies are here to stay.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So MIT engineers discovered a new way of generating electricity using tiny carbon particles that can create a current simply by interacting with liquid surrounding them. A solvent, liquid, is passed through these particles. The carbon grabs the electrons from the solvent to generate a current. This allows you to do electrochemistry with no wires. I don't think you understand how crazy that
I,
is.
I don't.
I could build a drone with no wires and just literally attach everything directly onto the tubes and just have a liquid flowing through the carbon fiber arms and body as my energy source.
See, I thought you were alien at first, but then I realized there are circuit boards, so I get what you're saying.
Wait, what?
So the application so far for this carbon nanotubes is they can drive chemical reactions. Before they weren't able to create enough electricity on their own, not necessarily on their own, just it would be more cumbersome for them to drive a chemical reaction with electricity, but now they're able to do it on a micro scale. They're able to power micro and nanoscale robots. So that could lead into the possibilities of nanobots made of carbon nanotubes to be able to stay functional in the body, to deliver medicine specifically to where the body most needs it, and it's targeted, right? So if we look
People like
at
Stevens were doing research on this in biomedical engineering.
right, and
Set that in on some classes. I didn't understand any of the math, but it certainly sounded cool.
isn't that cool that they actually had math on all this stuff?
Yeah, the students taking it, they're like, we're doing fluid dynamics about how nanobots can flow bloodstream, and we'll figure out how to keep them alive and their best designs for getting stuck and being get to a place fast enough. It's like,
That's
wow.
dope.
I was like, okay. I was like, that was undergrad. That was undergrad. That wasn't grad school. That was undergrad. That was just like part of the BME like core, and I was like, okay.
The first
Wow.
smart pill that came out that was approved by the FDA, by the way, was the pill cam. It's a cam. It's a pill
Right, you
that
swallow
you eat,
it.
and it has a little
It
camera.
maps out your intestinal chicken and you poop it out.
Another
Like,
pill,
yeah,
the
that's
vibrant
fine.
capsule. It's able to promote most muscle contractions and vibrate. The dose tracking pill, how much of a dose is being excreted into your body, so it tracks how much is in there. In the future, they're gonna have the Atmo gas capsule, which is a permeable membrane, allows gases to enter the capsule, senses how the levels of oxygen, hydrogen, and CO2 in your body. So there's a lot of things along with this MIT smart sensor capsule that lodges into your stomach and then tracks your intestines and what goes in and
That
how
sound when
your
you
foods are.
it does a fun process you do. It lodges itself into your intestines and tracks you everywhere you go.
Yeah,
For science.
literally. And
Sounds
it's science.
sounds so.
Hey, let's just keep all your, next thing you know, it's going to be on WeChat. Let me just track your biomedical data and put how you're doing on your stream, and then people are going to be like, oh my gosh, my H2O levels are way better than yours. Oh my gosh, you have way too much CO2. It could go viral.
That's when the EMP start rolling out, and we just start wiping out internet connections. You know what? Enough. We shouldn't be able to talk to each other. The Tower of Babylon should have been a lesson. We should have never learned the same languages.
Done and
Scatter. Go scatter again.
Wait, what'd you just say?
Oh yeah. That would be perfectly acceptable.
FBI.
Because once we judge each other for each other's H2O content levels, and we make people feel self-conscious because of that data, we've gone to a whole new world of just darkness.
I'm pretty sure I might have like low H2O levels. I'm like currently decreasing my H2O levels with salt.
Yeah, Josh. We could. Well, then we could measure exactly what each one piece of salt does to Josh's H2O2 levels. We make a whole video series, and we can just study Josh's
per 1 grain of salt, how much water is absorbed.
Yeah, my flex is that like if anybody tried competing and eating that same amount of salt, they'd die. Like
I think so. I think they would be in the desert.
I'll challenge you to eat all.
I have a superior body. That
my kidneys haven't had kidney stones.
He turns around and drinks a gallon of water. He's just like,
made by God.
Yes, it was.